Fuck! I'm gonna roll up the window. Welcome to another episode of After Credits. I am the host of the most. I am Barnyard, and with me, that man that never has a plan, Daniel, and Bada Bang. You need a better nickname. Bada Bang sucks. And we just got out of Wonder Woman! Wonder Woman! No Invisible Jet. I was very disappointed.
There's no need to say it's the best DCEU movie.
So far,
we can all agree that, yes. And saying that is like saying, you know, the sky is blue. Or, you know, the sun is bright.
Avengers was better than Avengers 2.
Patty Jenkins, who directed Monster in 2003, I believe, and Charlize Theron, I think, won an Oscar for that. She directs this one. It's her second film, which is kind of fucking great. I do think this movie is a better version of Thor. You've got the fish out of water story, the mythology, the character arc of learning something about the world around you, about yourself, etc. Gal Gadot's got a great chemistry with Chris Pine. She's a charismatic actress at all faults. And, yeah, solid flick.
When we first saw her trailer in the theater, we were just like, yeah, that's gonna be the best DC movie.
Suicide Squad. We saw it during Suicide Squad, and we were like, dude, this is badass.
Yeah. I don't think there was ever a doubt in anyone's mind that Wonder Woman was going to be the best thing that we'd seen. And if it wasn't, then we would just all weep and cry in a corner. What y'all think about this? Do y'all just say ditto or what?
I approve.
Alright.
I'm Matt Spindle and I approve this message.
Yeah. I am letting you know I did fall asleep at one point.
We will explain that when it comes to the spoilers.
So speaking of spoilers, spoiler alert, we're going to get into it. If you don't want to know any more about the movie, go ahead and watch it. Come back. If you just want to see our final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars, scroll to the time code right here. If not, let's do this. Where'd you fall asleep?
I fell asleep after they took the picture after the battle in that one town.
So when he fell asleep, yeah, they were all dancing. Everything that he missed was that they were dancing.
I remember
they were drinking beer.
I remember them bringing the beer, and then I fell asleep.
And then I guess Charlie. What's his name? Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie, played by Ewan Bremner. Which I never thought I would have seen Spud in this movie, but fuck yeah, Spud.
He started singing.
I really liked that. I loved that scene in particular. How sweet that all turned out to be.
And then he fell asleep through them. I guess, you know, getting late.
I missed the sex scene.
Well, it really wasn't much. All it was them making out.
I missed the implication of a potential love-making scene that may or may not have happened.
They could have
allegedly.
They could have been cuddling, but it's assumed that, you know, sex was made.
Wouldn't it have been fucking great if it had just cut to like her asleep and just him in bed with a stiffy?
He actually pops a boner.
Oh, he actually pops a boner.
That'd be fun.
That's cool. Blooper reel.
I would have.
Right? I know in some sex scenes they make you wear like special padded nude underwear so that shit doesn't happen.
Apparently you wear a lot of safety stuff too, like a cup, for example.
Yeah.
Because sometimes things go flying.
I wouldn't wear a cup. That seems weird.
It's a jockstrap.
I still wouldn't wear a jockstrap. That's like awkward to move. Because you're supposed to act naturally, and you're sitting there with like a fucking piece of plastic just going. Can you imagine, like, they don't edit the sound and you just hear cling, cling, cling,
you hear me?
Cling. Yeah.
That'd be an uncomfortable cup.
They're actors, we're not.
Yeah, but it's still uncomfortable. That's why they wear the padded underwear. So it, you know, you don't hear cling, cling, cling. I think the last half of this movie is actually better than the first half, which is something that Thor.
Dude.
Here, the action's fucking great.
Your brother.
I gotta love the cinematography in this, especially where she's got that a lasso in the middle of the town square, and these great wide shots of her just grabbing dudes, lassoing them, flipping them around, tossing them through shit. There's one point where Chris Pine and his band of merry men make like a little ramp for her to jump on so she can fucking like dive bomb this tower with a sniper in it. And I'm sitting there thinking, where the fuck was that in Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah, I heard you say that.
Whenever she slams a dude through something, it sounded just as impactful, as powerful as something like in BVS, wherever Batman's beating those motherfuckers in a warehouse.
Yeah.
I feel like every time she hits somebody, they're gonna, like, you know, drop a boner. Like, you know,
Drop a boner.
Hell, dude. It's fucking Gal Gadot.
She's got the Midas touch, just every punch, sproing, sproing.
That's why they get knocked
Dead
out.
bodies in the field with all like salute.
Stiff. Doing the Hitler salute with the dick.
This is the first female-led superhero movie.
Hey, we're
Y'all are
making-
talking
We're all
about
took boners.
Y'all are gonna be called out for sexist pigs, man.
They're setting her up as an origin thing, and she just isn't given that much to do in the beginning. But as soon as she lands in London, Gal Gadot's fucking fantastic. I like how she's trying to fit into clothing, and she's like, "You can't fight in this!" And has absolutely like no shame of just fucking stripping down to whatever her armor is. And everybody's like, "Nope, nope, cover that up, please."
She's already in her armor, and they're like,
Nah, fam, can't do it. The one thing that is weird though is some of the fish out of water stuff doesn't make sense to me.
Like what?
You mean like the fact that she didn't know what a dick was?
She doesn't know what a dick is. She doesn't know what snow is. But she tells that one Samir dude, like, have you ever, can you recite the works of Socrates in classic Greek? I was like, okay, you've read Socrates, which means you have an understanding of the outside world from Themyscira.
Yeah.
Which means you should know what a fucking boner is. Especially the ancient Greeks who've made sculptures with dicks out.
She was talking to Chris Pine, saying that, you know, I've read the 12 volumes on, like, sexual intercourse between humans.
Doesn't mean she knows, you know, exactly.
I'm sure she probably has an understanding.
It's just a weird cliche of Hollywood where they try to overemphasize how new someone is to this world, but then they give her information that, like, if you just kind of read up on it, like, you wouldn't act so out of your element. This year's The Space Between Us, last year's Captain Fantastic, all movies that kind of have that fish out of water thing tend to fuck that up just a little bit. It wasn't enough to be distracting, and I must admit, whenever she's looking at snow and just kind of like that adorable face that she has, it's really sweet. I love David Thewlis. I loved him in Harry Potter 3, but him as Ares just didn't work. Yeah, he's Lupin. It's an example of why less is more. Because when he finally, like, he's there for maybe like 10 minutes doing some Harry Potter lightning shit before he gets the full armor of Ares on. And when he does have it on, it works. And I like his voice, although I might have changed him out for somebody.
I would have made the voice deeper.
A little bit, yeah.
A little more
Powerful. Gravitas. What I thought they were gonna do whenever they introduce him as Twist, the villain, because you think it's Danny Huston, since he was like a ghost, and he was kind of like moving through walls and whatnot, and she was trying to hit him, but she was causing the destruction. I thought that he says, "Oh, I'm going to take over and I'm going to win," and he was gonna disappear and just kind of let his influence on humanity play out. Like, I didn't think we were actually gonna get a Wonder Woman Ares fight, because I thought that might have fit in better with the scene, his idea that I don't get into the fray, I influence man who's already corrupt by nature to go. Exactly, I thought we were gonna go that way. Yeah, and if we were gonna go that way, I cannot see David Thewlis' face, because to me, he's Lupin. He will always be Lupin, and he looks goofy as fuck shooting lightning bolts.
Dude, in the battle scenes, the CGI was very noticeable.
Oh yeah.
I mean, granted, you know you're gonna be using CGI, but it's like,
yeah,
at least make it look good.
The CGI is lacking, and it lacks a lot in scenes like with the Lasso of Truth. Because I like the Lasso of Truth. I'm not a big fan of the really glowy design. I don't think it fits into the rest of the production design.
Lasso of Truth is glowy.
You're glowy.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit into the rest of the production design. Like, her costume is bright red and yellow and whatnot, but in World War I, and with the lighting, it kind of fits. It's muted, it's dingy, it's dirty. But that Lasso's sitting there like, whoosh, what's up, bitches?
You know,
Shining!
It's like a saber.
Right? Hey!
It's Mr. Herbert's saber if it was fucking yellow. Sees Chris.
Are we gonna count how many times boner is said in this?
We're gonna have it
No,
like
not
the
that.
Krillin gets owned counter in DBZ Abridged. And speaking of Krillin, don't you love that the reason that Wonder Woman wins is pretty much Goku versus Frieza? It's Wonder Woman versus Ares, and she's trapped in this bondage
Smack the
thing,
shit out of
which is a
you.
weird homage to the early history. Like, apparently the creator of Wonder Woman was like a bondage freak. Like, think about it. She has a whip, and he always had her like tied up and shit. And he had her in like the fetish clothing. Apparently there was some freaky shit going on. Steve has the plane and he's about to sacrifice himself to save everybody and, you know,
January
blow up
1942.
the mustard gas. And then when he dies in a fireball, she goes, "No!" and then goes Super Saiyan. And then she like fucking destroys all those dudes a la Quicksilver in Apocalypse. And I sat there, it's even golden whenever she breaks out. And I'm sitting there like, fuck, they ripped off DBZ.
Strikes me, the plot is set in World War I rather than World War II because, I mean, like I said, it doesn't bother me, but I thought it was interesting.
Maybe it's because they are planning something for World War II.
Maybe it's
Doubtful.
because literally everybody...
WW2 is set in WW2.
God damn it, that was good. Fuck. I hate it.
We really didn't talk much about the spoilers, and the reason is, you just gotta go see it.
Just go see it.
Yeah, dude.
Like, what the fuck, man? Just fucking go see it.
This isn't our Batman vs Superman review where we talk about it for a fucking hour and a half.
We have matured since then.
Yeah.
You guys are going
We just talk about boners, damn it.
In the spoiler part of the review, we talked minor spoilers. We didn't talk about some major shit.
We talked about some major shit.
I mean, we reveal the identity of Ares and shit, but that's about it.
The mascara gets nuked.
Magneto
I was about to say that. Yeah.
We're gonna go into final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars. We'll probably
first.
make this brief. Me?
Yeah, you first.
Alright, fuck it. Last half is better than the first half. Gal Gadot is a strong actress. She's given a fucking great character to work with. I thought Chris Pine was probably better than she was. He had a lot of weight in his role.
You're right.
Super vulnerable. At a lot of times, the plot kind of revolves around him, which is a little weird, but it never feels like he's taking over. It feels like he's an integral part to everything that's going on. I wish, though, they would have done more with the villains, because there's one scene where the villains do something villainous, and they go, hee, and they start, like, laughing because of the evil things that they're doing, and I realized how much I miss that in comic books. People that just enjoy being evil.
I think Chris Pine actually, held his own, or
Not just held his own, I think he did it better.
held the spotlight for this because of the fact that he was Wonder Woman's rock, basically.
The production design, I'm not as big a fan of this as I am of Thor, but that's because Kenneth Branagh is just a fucking madman with production.
I don't know.
But as these people are yelling outside, I'll just give my score. I'm gonna be safe and go 4. Actually, for the first time doing one of these, I'm gonna change my score. I'm gonna boost this a little bit higher to 4.5 out of 6 stars. This is gonna be like Get Out for me, because Get Out, I liked it when I first saw it, but then the more I thought about it, the more I found in it that I liked. And with this, the directing is top notch. There's a lot of character moments that you see subtly, just in the way that Wonder Woman poses, that influences the themes of the entire movie. Then it's all threaded together, and that's due to Patty Jenkins' great screenplay and direction. So for that, I'm going to give it that little extra boost. Everybody thought that Man of Steel was the example to follow. No. Wonder Woman. You make it purely character-based, keep the plot somewhat simple, and just go for it.
Wonder Woman, I thought the plot was pretty good. Well, of course, because it's an actual
Plot.
Well,
It's an actual movie.
It's an actual plot that you can follow because it's an actual historical event, minus the mythical, influence and.
Don't you remember when Wonder Woman saved that town?
It is in history books, sir.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I can give it a 5.
5?
Yeah, solid 5. I love good old gal. she's up there as one of my favorite actresses. I don't know. She might be, topping Mila Kunis.
I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a very well step in the right direction. I did get bored at some points, but that's simply
You fell asleep.
Yeah, the first act on Themyscira was actually pretty entertaining, and then the whole battle scenes
That was cool.
with everything those battle scenes were really cool. I'll give it a 4.5, just for shits and giggles. What would you rate BVS right now?
I'll go 2.5.
2.5.
And the half star is purely Affleck. Because Affleck's great, but Affleck does not save a 2.5-hour movie.
3.
3. I'd do the same. That just tells you on how much of an improvement Wonder Woman was.
Once the reviews came out, I was telling Matt this, I don't know if you read this. So they predicted Wonder Woman to open between like 65, 70 mil.
You said that.
And as soon as the reviews came in, 95 mil. And I'm thinking it's gonna it's gonna break 100 easy. I'll predict like 105.
Hell yeah, dude! I can easily see this breaking 100 mil.
So if y'all like this video, please click the like button down below. Next to it is the subscribe button. You'll be the first one to know when these fucking videos about boners pop up. We've got social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, links located down below. My friend Liam is not watching this movie because he's a douchebag and doesn't like DC movies. Shame on you, friend. But he's got a blog, liammgahan.wordpress.com, if you want to see his shit. Our friend Noah is the Cinema Geek on Instagram. Check his shit out there. As for later this weekend, we are going to see Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. Kevin Hart playing a 10-year-old. Let's do it. Rape my childhood, why don't you?
Oh shit.
And then next week, we've got Tom Cruise's sci-fi action adventure thriller, The Mummy, part of the Dark Universe. And then we've got It Comes at Night, which looks to be a really fucking awesome post-apocalyptic serial killer horror movie. It's got Joel Edgerton in it, and if it's got Joel Edgerton in it, I will watch it. Next week on Viewer's Choice, recommended to us by Matt from Armchair Reels, we're gonna go see a Serbian film. Yeah, bitches. We got that nominated for us. And Liam already said that he's looking forward to that just because something might fucking happen. That's how bad Fant 4 Stick was, by the way. So if you want to leave recommendations on what we should watch for Viewer's Choice, also comment that below.
This weekend on Half Nelson, we have Extreme Rules. We have a fatal 4-way for the HalfKocked world title. I am defending my rightful championship up against the Leviathan Daniel and his goon Aaron. And then I have this little one to help me out along the way.
This little one.
The prediction video will be up sometime around the time this video goes up, so please go check that out.
Until we do any of these things, thank you very much for watching. Take care. Good night. We'll see you later.